Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Fanta. Hello, TJ.
Hello.
Hello, Hen. Hello, Fanta.
Oh,
Hello,
I'm going to
TJ.
sneeze.
Hello, Hen.
Bear with me. I'm going to sneeze again. I've got a
Achoo.
sneezies.
Achoo.
It ain't here yet. Hang on.
Well, no,
You
no,
gotta,
because I've just rolled it.
you gotta go. Bullshit.
Thank you, TJ. It's disappeared. It'll come back
Yep.
unexpected.
No, because I just stole it off you.
Right, anyway. I think I need to blow my nose, though. I'm more sniffly than Amber Heard was in court today.
Do,
See?
do you need a tissue with vapor rub on it? I think she's gone for a tissue with vapor rub on it.
Yep. Something. Onion juice. Something.
She needs something,
It
yeah.
booted me. It booted me. It
It
booted.
That's,
did.
It keeps doing that. I think it's to do with the clock not setting the right time. What time does your clock say?
who?
Yours?
Me?
Yeah.
23:28.
Oh, it's the right time. My clock keeps resetting itself on the computer and I have to keep freaking tuning it back in, but it's the right time at the moment. Anyway, what was we talking about? Yes. Oh, okay. So it's been an eventful week in the court case this week, isn't it?
It
Yep.
has. It's been, yeah, very eventful.
Monday was a busy day. I think they had about 5 or 6 witnesses. It just went on and on. Well, it didn't go on and on. It was quite quick because there were short witnesses.
But
Not
they weren't very entertaining, but they had some good things to say.
they weren't short as in like me. They just didn't go on for hours.
But people were saying it's boring and it's boring and it's boring, but it wasn't. It was laying foundation and there was some good points made.
Yeah.
So you
There's
got to take the good ones.
yeah, so there's a couple of witnesses that testified that he has lost money. Um, you know, he could
Yeah,
have, he could have, I think one of them said 46,000 or something like that, wasn't it? Or 42,000?
wasn't it
Uh,
42 million?
42 million, sorry, 42 million. Duh. 42 million. Another one just said that there was a verbal contract for um, of
Pirate
22
6.
million for Pirate 6, wasn't there?
But he's lost all the merchandise, and
Yeah,
her
he's lost
team
everything.
wouldn't let him explain that although the contract was 22 million, the merchandise would have took it up
Yeah,
because that's not contractable. That you can't sign to say that I'm going to make all this money through appearances and
it
merchandise. And
wasn't a contract though, was it? It was a verbal agreement. They hadn't actually signed a contract.
but
Which
again,
is still, it's
it
still good.
Mm.
it's the same thing because it's the same original contract that
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's already signed.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was going to be a continuation of that contract, renewal of the contract.
But it was an update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Um, you also had Travis on the stand first thing Monday,
Yep, Mr.
the
Mhm.
Beardy.
the beardy man. He had some good evidence, didn't he?
He did.
He
Yep.
did. He did. What was it?
Apparently, Mr. JD does household removals quite well.
Oh yeah, phone close over
Yeah,
balconies. That one. Yeah,
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 Rearranging.
yeah.
yeah.
Rearranging the wardrobe.
He's an interior designer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, don't they? They have people come in, they don't they, where they clear out your closet to get rid of the stuff you don't need anymore. They help you organise your clothes.
Oh, give us their
Sometimes.
address.
I think there's a Chinese woman or something that does it. It's very good apparently. She teaches you how to organise.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah. She has a whole TV program, I think. I don't
What
know.
Not to Wear did that too. Or was
Yeah.
it Tim Gunn? One of them.
Who?
And Gok Wan does it as well, doesn't
Got
he?
Kwam. Got Kwam.
Gok Wan. Yeah.
I liked him.
If you haven't worn it in 12 months, throw it out.
That's it. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say. Yeah.
No, 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 because I'll get back into it. I will lose weight and I will get back into it.
Yeah, but it won't be in fashion by then.
I don't care.
I don't
You're,
either.
you're on about your bike trousers, aren't you?
Yep.
I'm on about I'd have little shirts that look like I bought them at Baby Gap. I will get back in. I call those goal clothes.
Gold clothes. So anyway, what was so he witnessed some things, didn't he? So he witnessed Johnny Depp having a can thrown at his back.
Yeah,
Red
apparently
Bull,
that can had wings. It flew from the top balcony down to the bottom balcony.
Red Bull gives you wings.
yeah.
He also witnessed her throwing a handbag or a purse at him, but batted it out of the way so it didn't actually hit Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And he witnessed her punching him in the face.
Yep.
Because she came from behind.
Aye.
So
Punched him on the
he was
left.
looking at JD so he could see it contact.
Yep.
Yeah. Close fist. Close fist. And he got blamed for that by Johnny. Your fault.
Yep.
It's your fault this happened.
You let it
And he
happen.
agreed. And he agreed. Because he felt guilty because his job was to protect Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And on 2 incidents, he didn't fulfill his job.
He should have left after the first one, but he didn't.
Yeah,
Didn't he also see her with fucking mushrooms, MDMA, and wine and throwing up?
Who didn't?
No, I don't think that was him. I think that was someone else. I don't know. I get confused who saw what.
Yeah,
This
it's all
whole court case is
blending.
one big blur.
Blending.
No.
I remember somebody did, but I can't for the life of me.
I think it was the driver.
Well,
Was
put
it
it in
Sterling Jenkins, the
I
black
think
put it
man?
in the
I
chat.
think it was Sterling.
Put it in the chat if you know better than us.
I think it was Sterling that saw that because he she said it wasn't her, it was her sister, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he had to take her back to the hotel room and
Yeah.
stuff.
He took her back to the hotel room, but it still wasn't her, it was her sister.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
But that was
Mr.
last week.
McGuffin, and then he took her. He took Depp out. Where did he take him to? Did he take him out to Sweetser or?
I can't remember. I think
But
it
she
took
was
him
left.
back to Twitter.
She was left in the penthouse, and
Yeah.
JD left. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we had
we
the
all-
two accountants, didn't we?
Yeah, there was the accountant, then there's someone else. No, there was the accountant, there was the agent, and then there was the guy that makes deals,
The
Oh,
Hollywood
the wheeler
wheeler
dealer.
dealer guy. Yeah. He's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
But they basically all testified that he lost money. That's what they were there to do. He lost money. And his reputation was ruined.
Yep.
That's
But
what they were there to testify.
those three did it in three different ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's different ways people understand things. So there's three people on the jury who don't understand the first fella, but they understood the second fella and the third fella. So that was good to have three different people explain three different ways how he's lost his money. It was good. I thought
Yeah.
it was good anyway.
And then we had Nurse Erin.
Erin. This is the one who did a lot of phone calls but didn't see anything.
Yeah, this is the one that was Amber's nurse.
Right.
She was her nurse for what reason? Can we remember? What did she specialise in?
Addiction, perhaps?
I think it might have been.
Are you sure?
Might have been.
Not multiplication, but addiction.
Addiction.
Not addition?
Not addiction. And she testified that Amber told her that she had a history of cocaine abuse and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And an eating disorder.
Right. Well, mark that up on your little. Keep that idea stashed because that's
very important. very important information that she had.
Yeah.
And Amber told her this in their
Yes.
first, getting to know you session.
Yes.
That she had alcohol addiction, cocaine addiction,
Cocaine. Remember the word
and
cocaine
cocaine,
addiction.
and eating disorder. Very important. Remember that word as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then she was cross-examined, and the next day she was cross-examined on Tuesday. But yeah, no, it was a very interesting revelations from her, and she saw nothing. Saw nothing. No injuries. No
Isn't
injuries. And I
she?
think, go on.
Is she the one that after the Coachella thing happened, that Amber told her that she had been like really messed up and laughed about it and stuff?
I
Is
don't know.
that her?
I
Okay.
don't know. Possibly.
She's the one that advised her that taking mushrooms and MDMA was not a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Well, they're both basically hallucinogenics, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, that would explain the moods he was in. That she was hallucinating all the time that he was in these moods.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So, anyway, so then we got she did her carried on her testimony the next day on Tuesday. I can't remember anything else she said, to be honest with you. They're my highlights. They're my highlights. That she saw fuck all. There was no injuries that she saw. And that Amber had revealed to her all these issues that she had before she started working for her. And she kept prescribing her things over the phone, didn't she? If I remember rightly, this didn't come up in the court as far as I'm aware, but there was whole text communication between them after one of the incidents where Amber just kept asking for drugs. And Erin kept saying, do you want me to come over and check you out? And she just kept asking for drugs. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Can you clarify? Was she with JD when she had Erin, or was Erin with her before JD?
No, Erin was assigned to her by Dr. Kipper.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
did she have this cocaine addiction before she met JD?
Yes.
Right,
Yep.
just want to stash
Oh,
that information.
yeah. We'll get into that later,
Yeah.
actually, because there's something interesting that came up.
Oh,
from
there
that.
is.
So next, so she carried on her testimony, and then after her, on Tuesday, I believe we went into Amber's expert psychologist, forensic psychologist. Is that right?
Dr. Karen.
Yeah.
Dr. Karen, is that what we're calling her?
Yeah.
That's not her name.
No,
I know.
but
She looked like she'd go up to somebody's manager, doesn't she?
She did, but she also kept getting called Dr. Curry, didn't she, by Elaine?
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
not her name either.
her name is
By
Hughes.
Amber Flyer.
Yeah.
Her name is Dr. Hughes
Dr.
because she
Hughes.
kept getting called Dr. Curry and had
Yeah.
to be.
And can I just say, Dr. Curry's much more attractive and more personable as well.
Well, I don't go with facial features. I tend to go with intelligence. And yes, she's more attractive.
But she's also more personable.
But she's also more attractive because she knows what she's talking about and she's
But
more
what I mean,
intelligent.
the way she came across as a person, her personality was better, is what I'm saying.
Oh, she had one. Don't get me saying it was better. She had one.
These Dr. Muffins.
Dr. Muffins, yes. So, but yeah, so yes, so this expert,
The one that was reading her notes all the time.
yeah, they had her notes confiscated in the end.
Well, dubious because she handed them a blue file and she put her own notes in a green file.
Yeah, I think what she's saying is she kept her original copies and gave them a copy of the copy, so like a photocopy. I don't know. It is dubious because yes, we see her putting her notes into a green file, but when she hands her notes over to Johnny's team, it
Well,
is a blue file.
Well, no, because she doesn't hand them over. She slams them
Oh,
on
they
the
just
desk.
take them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can take them.
Oh, the thing is, it's a post-it. It's a post-it. It was a whole fucking folder, you lying bitch. It was not a
Yeah.
post-it.
Yeah. Meow.
But yeah, so she was, she quite clearly had an agenda.
Yeah.
And her agenda is men cannot be the victims of domestic abuse.
Oh, that pissed me off so much. That
As a
did. That
yeah,
seriously pissed me
as
off.
a woman, did it not offend you for men that
Yes,
are victims? I was so mad.
yes,
She should have been using the words, the victim said such and such, and the perpetrator said so and so. The
yeah,
victim feels like this, and the perpetrator says this. Or the abuser done this and the victim done this. She should not, under any circumstances, been saying she would have felt like this and she would have felt like this, and him being the abuser would have felt. No,
yeah,
you do not sexualize, as in genderize,
yeah.
victims and abusers.
No. And the other thing is, she basically retold everything that Amber had told her. And, you know, basically, this happened and that happened and this happened. And how do you know? Did you witness it? No, you fucking didn't. So how do you know it happened? Oh, because Amber told you.
But you have to
Amber told you.
believe people when they come into your office. No,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can.
have to believe them, but you do have to. Well, you have to believe them to a point
Yes,
because they're coming to you for help.
yes.
But after so many sessions, you would realize this person is not coming to you for help. She's going to use you in about 5 years' time.
Well, she wasn't in 5 years' time, was it? She didn't actually speak to Amber until 2019.
She never spoke to
3 years.
Johnny.
3 years afterwards. 3 years after they split up, she spoke to Amber.
Makes it
She
even
wasn't.
worse.
She wasn't her psychologist. She was just an expert witness.
Yeah.
Who had access to all the other testimonies?
Except she ignored a lot of it. Let's go there. So the next, because that went on for the rest of that day, didn't it?
Yeah,
And the
and
next
half
day,
the next day.
so the next day, his team cross-examined her
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and like brought up the fact that she'd never actually testified for a male victim of domestic abuse. No, but I've had them as patients, but you've never testified. You can't remember when you last testified. Oh well, there was one instance when I testified for a male prisoner that was falsely accused and the abuse he had in prison. Well, that's male on male. That's male on male. You know, you don't have female prisoners in a male prison, do you? So that's not valid. And then there was a same-sex couple. Well, that's male on male.
Yeah.
And then there was a lesbian couple. Hang on, where's that got to do with man testifying for man? So she's dealt with same-sex couples, both male and female, male and male and female, and she's dealt with male on female, but she's never ever dealt with female on male.
Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, and please, by all means, tell me if I am saying this wrong, but in a gay relationship, there is more. One is more masculine and one is more feminine.
In the majority of them, yes, not
In the
always, but
majority,
yeah,
no, not, but in the majority of gay couples, be it both men or both female,
yeah,
one is usually 70%, is usually more feminine and one is usually more male.
Yeah.
So in her eyes, in my opinion, she's dealing with a heterosexual couple, male and female.
Huh.
And I would like to see the odds that said it was the more masculine one or the more feminine one that was causing the trouble.
Can I just point out?
Yeah.
Fanta, can you be a bitch at times?
Hell yeah.
TJ, can you be a bitch at times?
Who, me? Oh, never.
I know I can.
We all know
You,
you can. I'm
you,
kidding.
you really don't want to know how far I can go?
Right. I, I'm, you know, like them little snappy dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's me.
Right, if we're putting it in dog terms, you know the Belgian Malinois?
Hmm.
Oh.
No. She's going posh, isn't she?
I
Size
know
of
what
dog,
a
TJ. Size of dog.
wolfhound looks like.
Well,
Alsatian.
it
No, an Alsatian.
looks like a bit like well, it looks more like a a big Doberman Pinscher with an Alsatian's coat on.
Right, okay.
They are highly trained animals.
Hmm.
They are attack dogs. They are the
Hmm.
best guard dog you can possibly have.
Yeah.
They're the best war dog you can possibly have. If you treat them right, they are fabulous. If you don't treat them right, they will take your fucking neck off. They won't bother with
I'm
your
a
arm.
I'm a mutt.
Well, mutts are gentle.
Not all of them.
No. So anyway, so the fact is, we can be bitches, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're women. Women are bitches, and they can be vicious.
Yes.
And I mean proper vicious.
Oh yeah.
And we can claw people's eyes out if we want to. And we can also punch them. And you know what the best place to punch a man?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna disagree with you here.
Bring tears to her eyes every time. I've
I
not done it.
I
I've
knew
not
I
done
was gonna disagree with you here.
it. I've
If you
not
want
done
to
it.
if you want to inflict pain, that's the best place. But if you want to stop them, it's not the best place.
No. Well, it tends to bring them to their knees.
Not necessarily. But as previously said on one of your streams, I used to work in security.
Yeah.
And the amount of women that started the fights,
Yes.
and then the blokes jumped in and said, "Don't you say that to my girlfriend, and don't you say that to my girlfriend," and then two
Yeah.
blokes would end up fighting, and you'd end up throwing two blokes out, and then the two girls would start on you for throwing their fellas out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
So, I mean, I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it. Someone that was, you know, hit by her partner. But I always also witnessed what caused him to hit her, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I saw her constantly berating him, and hitting him before he hit her. And then she'd come running out the house going, "Oh, he's hurt me again."
One of my friends used to call her fella all kinds and used to just hit him, and I was like, oh, do you know what? And I actually put her aside one day and went, "You are going to lose him, because one day he's not going to put up with it. And either
Yeah.
A, I can't see it because he is such a lovely bloke, but either A, he's going to put you through that fucking wall, or B, he's going to leave. So if he leaves, it's on you. It's not on him. So you watch yourself."
But the point is, we all know that women can be nasty, nasty pieces of work. And we're women.
Yeah. Well, last time I
Yeah.
looked at her.
Well, yeah, definitely got boobs.
Yeah.
And they're not moves.
Mine could be moved, you see, because they're not that big.
Right. So anyway, so this woman, professional, basically her whole testimony was, well, I believe her. I believe her.
Yeah.
I believe her. I believe her.
Yeah.
I did these assessments and I believe everything she said.
I am
Her,
disregarding the other doctors.
the other doctors that don't agree with me.
Yeah.
There was a bit where they pulled out one of her test forms and she hadn't filled it in properly.
CAPS 5.
The CAPS 5, yeah, which is the test to check for post-traumatic stress, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
Yes.
gold standard test for post, and she hadn't filled it in properly.
She diagnosed her before she even filled that out.
Yeah, she admitted that. She'd already made the diagnosis. She didn't need to fill it in properly.
Yeah.
It was just, she was just ticking the boxes, basically. And the fact that her own law team didn't seem to have a copy of that was hilarious.
Or disgusting,
You're-
one of the two.
She's your witness. Why haven't you got a copy? Oh, we might have it somewhere. I guess we might have it somewhere. Get it out! I've not seen this, was Elaine. I've not
Oh.
seen. I've not seen this, Elaine saying. Well, why haven't you seen it? It's part of your fucking evidence, you daft mare.
She's your expert. Oh.
Even the judge was like, how have you not seen this? And he's saying, she's your witness. His team's going, she's your witness. You idiots. Why haven't you seen this? They didn't say that, but that's what they would. That was their tone. Literally, their tone was, you are an idiot. I do love the fact that, oh, yeah, we'll carry on. So anyway, so then we had Miss Amby Pants.
Oh.
Oh,
And
joy.
the award for the worst actor goes to
Laura
What do they
Amber
call that?
Heard. Laura
Amber Heard.
Laura Amanda Heard.
Oh, Laura Amanda Heard. No, she didn't actually call her Amanda, but she did. Yeah, her own fucking lawyer called her the wrong name. We call Laura Amber Heard to the stand. She gets on the stand. Can you tell us your full name? Amber Laura Heard. Dickheads. That woman cannot get names right, can she?
Do you reckon after all this, and they're allowed to talk to each other, that JD's team and her team are going to go to a pub and have a couple of beers and be like, yeah, you stupid fucker, imagine getting the fucking name wrong. Ah, and it was televised as well, you stupid cow. Look at this, it's on TikTok. Look at this, it's on Facebook. Look at this.
Oh, his team were laughing all the way fucking through it. His team were laughing at them. You know, and not very professional, but they were laughing at them. Oh, and the jelly
Sometimes
beans were being served around.
You just can't hold it in like Johnny today, but we'll get there.
Yeah. No. No, there was. I think he even smiled and smirked at something today,
He
even
did.
with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking dramas that was going on.
Yeah. He even pointed something out and whispered it to Ben.
Yes, there was a lot of pointing out and whispering to Ben.
Yeah.
I was watching.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had Miss Turd on the stand. She doesn't deserve to have her real name. She doesn't deserve it. But yes, the award for the worst actress in Hollywood goes to Amanda Turd. So she testified the rest of Wednesday and all of today, Thursday. We're recording this Thursday night. Okay, and there's a lot of emotions, or should have been.
None of them real, but they were there.
Did we see a tear at all in the day and 3/4 that she testified?
No.
Yeah, one time.
One time.
Ooh,
What did she
when was
cry over?
Oh,
the apartments, the car,
Oh, the apart. Yeah.
the
I
money,
don't remember. I
the
just
wife?
know that it happened one time.
Was it to
Wasn't
do
it
with
when?
any kind of pain, or was it financial? If you can remember.
It wasn't financial, I don't believe.
Was it when she had to move out of her house and give up her house and her independence? Because he insisted that she moved into a more secure place. Was it then?
No,
Because, he was protecting her from the paparazzi.
it was today.
It was today.
Uh, with
Oh.
the hanky, with the.
There was a tear? Are you
Mhm.
sure? I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
That was a slice of fucking onion or vapor rub.
Yeah, it was vapor rub. Anyway, so yesterday, not yesterday, Wednesday, there was no hanky, was there, on Wednesday?
Nope.
Nope.
There was a lot of um, um, in
And straight away, straight faced.
and a smile, lots of smiles. She'd go from you can't see me, but just imagine my face is looking like a sport toddler. Look, I want an apple, mummy. I want sweeties. I want sweeties. That's what it was. You know. But at least actual sport toddlers can force the tears on. They
Somebody ought to
actually,
give her
you
finger
know,
a
you.
fudge.
But when toddlers fake cry, and they do fake cry, they actually produce tears sometimes,
And the snotty noses, fucking little
and a
horrible
snotty
creatures.
nose. I know, and it's all fake. You're not. Stop that noise. You're not even really crying. That's what I used to say to my children. Stop that noise. You're not even really crying. And that's what I wanted to say to Amber today and yesterday on the stand. Stop that. You're not crying. That is not crying. That is poor acting. Every one of us could do a more believable cry than Amber Heard. Should we try it?
Brace yourselves.
Go on, Fanny, you go first.
You go ahead. You and TJ are great.
I'll go first.
Go on, TJ.
Is anybody
I hope
watching?
my intended doesn't walk in the room. He's going, what did you do to my nut?
Is anyone listening? Is anyone listening? No one's listening. Oh, I've got someone. Is anyone else who stopped watching? So yeah, as I was saying, big smiley
Hang on.
face.
My go now.
Oh,
There you go. That was much more convincing, I think.
bravo, bravo.
Bravo. I didn't have any tears, but you can't see that.
I got more tears in my eyes, and that's just because I'm yawning.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, but you're crying because you're laughing too much.
I. But yeah, no. So she told. She told about her childhood, and she was smiling about that. Hang on, I thought she had a bad childhood. Hasn't she told everyone that her dad was an evil, nasty man that used to hit her and hit her mum?
And
Well,
And that her mom and dad were both heroin and alcohol addicted people.
Yeah, but it was nothing but glowing references for her childhood.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
And she came from a working class family that owned their own construction company and broke horses.
Yeah.
All right, sure, right.
She didn't mention the dog abuse, did she?
No,
No.
and she didn't mention um, the fact that her father threatened to kill JD,
No.
Nope.
No. She
and
didn't
she
mention any
didn't.
of that.
But she did mention that she was supporting her family, so she was supporting her family on drugs.
Well, she was supporting her family that actually owned two businesses, so they couldn't have been that poor. I'm not being funny, but horse breakers, horse trainers, they earn quite a bit of money as far as I'm concerned. They weren't
Yeah,
paupers. They ain't
no.
paupers. And construction, someone that owns a construction company, they earn mega money.
Well,
These are not paupers.
she
They're
tried
not
to
the same
play it
background that
down.
Johnny came from.
No. She tried to play it down and say that her dad painted houses. Well, I had a stepdad that was a house painter and he made good money. Good money.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Well, I come from a working class background, and my dad was actually he was a hog carrier, and he made okay money, but working on a building site isn't all year round, you
Yeah.
know. So during the summer, loads of work. During the winter, the work's a bit thin. And my mum cleaned. My mum cleaned, you know. When she wasn't looking after us, she went out cleaning, doing cleaning jobs to earn a bit of extra money. We were well off, but we weren't. I didn't feel that we missed out on anything.
Yeah, but that's the way. I'm not being funny here, but because you had a loving family, you didn't feel like you missed out on anything.
No.
But if you'd have compared yourself with a different family, with the older eyes, you will look back and think, well, yeah, we were actually not on the poverty line, maybe just two steps off the poverty line, but
Yes.
there's no way we were middle class.
No, no, definitely working class.
Because as
Proper working class.
four children,
Yes, four children.
so four
Um,
children and one main income and one
yeah.
half an income is you were not middle class. You were
No,
above poverty, but not middle class.
we were only just above poverty, is what
Yeah,
I would say. So
yeah.
we were spoiled at Christmas. We were definitely spoiled at Christmas. We got loads of stuff at Christmas. Birthdays, it was one gift, and that's how I brought my kids up. One gift at birthday, spoiled at Christmas. Um, but we went on holidays every year, but we didn't go abroad.
No, you went camping.
We went camping, and we would spend half of the 6 weeks holiday camping.
Yeah,
Or we'd go over to Ireland where all my parents had to do was pay for the travel over there because my nan lived over there still, so we stayed in my nan's house. There was no accommodation costs, but we used to go to the pound a night campsites. You remember them, TJ?
not personally, no, but I know of them.
Which was a farmer's field, and if you was lucky, it had a portaloo in it.
Yeah,
You know, but that's what we used to do. But we'd spend sometimes the whole 6 weeks.
yeah.
And my dad
I
would
mean,
travel back to our hometown to earn a bit more money and come back to us. Do you know what I mean?
I
He'd done
mean,
that on a few occasions.
my father was in the forces, and for the 6 week summer holiday, we would come back to spend the 6 weeks in Liverpool.
Yeah,
Um, we would go to the museums, the art galleries, the parks, because it was something that we didn't have where we lived. So it was all different. Plus the fact we were with Nan and Grandad, and we would see other Nan 3 or 4 times a week.
yeah. And the thing is, if my dad couldn't afford to take the time off work to take us on holiday, we'd go on we'd go on excursions at home. So we'd go on bike rides and go down to the river and swim in the river. You know, things that didn't cost us any money.
Yeah,
You know,
like a bottle pop.
I had
It's
a
off
very
where it
rich
starts.
life. I had a very rich life of experiences,
Yes.
if that makes sense. We
Yeah.
weren't well off, but we had great experiences, and it was very, very tight knit family. I mean, my sisters beat the hell out of me, but like siblings, you know. I mean, there was one time my sister held a knife up to my throat. She was pregnant at the time, and it was all because I hadn't dried up quick enough. But let's not go there. Don't you love siblings? Don't you love siblings?
Oh, the joys.
And the joys.
So we've
Aye.
so she's totally denied her background that she's previously said.
Yeah. It was all,
Um,
oh yeah, I used to go fishing with my dad, and I used to go hunting with my dad, and he'd have me up on the horses, training the horses. I was his human, what's it called?
Breaker. I
No,
don't know.
She said
crash test dummy.
she said that she was the son he never had or
The
something.
son he never had, yeah.
We learned
Yeah.
that there is an older sister.
Mm.
So there's
But
three of
I
them.
don't think the older sister's ever been in her life,
I don't blame
Do
her.
blame her.
because she says about her and Whitney grew up together.
Yeah.
The older
Yeah.
sister wasn't there.
Right. So I want to ask this question. She's totally denied what her father supposedly did to her. Allegedly, I'm going to put that in there. Her father allegedly did to her and her mother.
Well, she hasn't denied it. She just didn't talk about it.
Right. Previously, she said this.
Mm.
Right. So, is what she's saying that JD done to her what her father did to her? But because she can't say it was her father, she's saying it was JD.
Oh, oh, oh! That, especially with the new revelations that come up, that's really bad.
I don't
Isn't it?
know.
I mean, she did say when he hit her after the tattoo incident, he didn't. Come on.
But go on.
Um, that was the first time she'd ever been hit by a man,
Yep.
and she'd never seen a man cry.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, hang on. Your dad used to hit you, didn't he? But yeah, no, it's a
But
bit weird, that one.
she said he used to grab hold of her and push her up against the wall and get
Yeah.
right in her face.
And hold her by the throat
Um,
and punch her
and
on.
nearly every I'm going by TVs and movies here. Every TV and movie thing where I've seen a abusive father, that is what they have done to the child. They've
Yeah.
grabbed them by the face or the throat and pushed them against the wall.
Yeah. And I actually had an ex-partner do that to my son, and I stopped it.
Did you defend your child? Did
I
you?
did. I did. The child that,
I rest my case.
well, he's my child. No one else has the right to touch him.
Exactly. Totally agree with. If
You know.
anyone's going to beat the shit out of my son, it's going to be me.
Hey, yeah, exactly. No
I
matter
could
what
have
my
sworn
child
you
is
stopped.
doing to, no matter what my child is doing to me at the time, because that's what it was.
Yeah, no, it's not child abuse anymore. They're old enough to be classed as adults, so it's elder abuse now.
Yeah. But no matter what my child was doing to me at the time, because he was defending me when he did it. No. You do not interfere. He is my child. You do not interfere. You do not lay
So,
hands on him. That is not happening. Stop now. Let go of him. Go away.
so do we think Ms. Heard is projecting previous life onto this life?
Possibly.
I don't see that. I just don't. I just because I think like we talked about before, she was Daddy's little star, and I think
Mm.
if he was any way abusive, she was too, and she was like that to her sister and her mother, just like he was. You know what I'm
Right.
Do you,
saying?
So,
do you
yeah, I
don't
do.
think it was ever abusive to her?
I don't.
Right.
But
I'm
could
going to
he have
throw this
witnessed
out
her
there.
dad doing that to her mum or her
Yeah,
sister?
yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there. Right. You ready?
Okay.
Ready to catch? Ready to catch?
I'm catching it.
She was only the princess because she would do as she was told quicker than the others.
Caught it.
Hmm.
So she only got She only got belted once, and she took the hint. You will do this, and she would do it. Yes, that's my little
Mm.
princess.
Mm.
Whereas the others were a bit more headstrong and went, "Don't you hit my children? Don't you hit my mother? Don't you hit my?" You know, they fought back a little bit, so they ended up getting more slaps. I don't know. It's just a theory.
I don't know. She weren't his little princess anyway. She was the son he never had, remember? She was a tomboy,
Yeah,
which
but you could.
is, which dismisses her. I'm a, I'm a meek young woman. Dismisses that
Mm-hmm.
altogether because she wasn't a meek young woman. She was a tomboy that fucking helped break horses, went hunting, went fishing, and learnt to fight.
But
In
And
she
fact,
did
and
that to stay on his good side.
but she also talked about, and this is in an interview, that she knew how to fight because in Texas there's bar brawls and punch ups. She didn't need much training to fight because she'd been
in the
involved.
stripper bars.
I don't know if it was in the stripper bars, but yeah. So there was an interview that she did in a thing where
That's
she
my
said
dollar,
that she,
bitch.
yeah,
Can I just interject here? I've just said something, and in case anybody's watching and thinks I'm pro Amber, I'm not. I'm just being devil's advocate.
yeah, no. I mean, I've discussed with you before that on one of the incidents, I questioned whether it could be partially true, and that's the phone incident. And I've said that before, haven't I?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I can see that happening to a certain degree, not exactly as she told it, but I could see someone
yes,
losing their patience. I could
Yeah,
see
yes.
someone losing their patience.
but then we heard the testimony, and you you said that you didn't think it could have happened that way. Now you
Not if the
remember?
phone, not if the phone landed on the other side of the sofa, nowhere near her. No.
Yeah,
I said, I said the phone could have bounced off the sofa and hit her somewhere, not necessarily in
yeah,
her face,
yeah.
and that he then went over and said, "Show me," and pulled her hair back and lifted her chin up a little bit too roughly because he's impatient at this point. He's had enough, um, you know, because
Yeah, totally agree.
I could see
He's
that
totally
happening.
had enough.
I could see
And
that
it's,
happening.
yeah, fucking
Show me
walk
where I
off
hit.
with the phone behind you. Here, fucking have it, I'm going. And then she goes, "That hit me." So he walks
Yeah,
back and probably partially wanting to show me, but because he was angry, it came out as show me.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
So I could see that happening. But
Yeah.
let's go back to, so she's
Let's
telling
go
her
back to me.
story. She's telling her story. She's her childhood seems so rosy, and then she was working this job and that job and whatever. She didn't mention that she worked as a stripper, did she? In any of the jobs
Nope.
that she worked?
No.
Nope.
No, 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 no.
She
No.
just mentioned lots and lots of bit parts in films.
Yes, lots of bit parts in films, and that
And
her
one of those
career was,
bit parts in films, she has a co-actor.
yeah. We'll go to that in a
You,
minute because that's
you
that's
know,
further along the line. While we're on the line.
Keep that in mind. Just keep
Yeah,
that in
keep that in
mind.
mind. Keep that in mind. So um she talked about lots of the instances, and it was all bit here, there, and everywhere, wasn't it?
It's all
Yeah.
over the place.
And
What
there was
can they
no
keep?
really content. I found there was very little content in the instances. Oh, I vaguely remember this, and I vaguely remember that, and there was no. You know when someone. I don't know if any of you have actually been hit by someone, and I'm not going to. But if someone hits you, you remember the pain. I mean, my kids would give me dead arms. We've all had kids to give us dead arms because it'll fuck us, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. And you can remember that whole sensation running down your arm, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you would, oh, my arm went numb and it was tingling and she didn't give any of them descriptives. In fact, she said it didn't hurt.
She thought it
There
was a
was no
joke.
pain. There was no pain. She was
I
hit
know
hard
someone.
enough to fall to the floor, but there was no pain.
No pain. I know someone who was burnt with a cigarette,
Yeah,
and to this day, and that was, I'm going to say, 35 years ago. They can describe that pain. They can
yeah,
describe the moment it happened. They can describe what the people were wearing that did it.
yeah.
They can literally and they can describe the smell.
Mm.
35 years later.
I mean, I know when you have a severe injury, you sort of go into shock a little bit.
Yes, there is a phenomenon that your body blocks that pain because it's so severe it does not want you to deal with it.
Yeah.
Is that an adrenaline rush or
It's
Well,
something?
kind of like that. It
it's
does just block the pain, it blocks the memory so that you don't
yeah,
remember it, so you don't feel the pain. It's a
yeah.
Yeah.
defense mechanism that your body has.
But you still remember everything that led up to that, and you do remember the blood, and you remember minute details, but you don't necessarily remember feeling the pain at the time because your body's gone into shock. But she just said there was no pain. So it's not that
Right,
I
well,
can't
okay.
remember what the pain felt like. She said there was no
Have,
pain.
have all
Mm-hmm.
three of us had children, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you tell me exactly what the pain was like?
Yes,
Yep.
fucking excruciating.
No, no, are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure you can
But
describe that?
what I'm going to say is by the
So
time I was actually
if you
giving birth,
if
I
you
was
can
just
describe
happy it was
that
going to be
pain,
over and done with.
right? If you can describe that pain, and it was so horrific, why did you have another one?
It wasn't planned.
Both of mine were surprises.
Never mind.
Still and all, it still stands because you
Yeah.
cannot, and this is God's honest truth. You know it hurt. You know it hurt. Pushing a bowling ball fucking hurts. You know it hurts. I am not taking that away from any woman who's given birth, right?
The
You
actual
know
giving
that
birth
pain.
part, I can't particularly remember the pain. I
You
remember the
don't.
labour.
Yes, you remember the labour. You remember leading up to it, but the actual head coming out, you do not know that pain because they tell you the baby's head's coming out. You do not know what that pain is because it is so bad that your brain goes, "This is a natural thing. I'm going to shut this off now."
I mean,
And
I
then
know
you
with my first
remember,
one, I was high off my head on gas and air. With my second one, I
yeah,
didn't get time for that.
Right,
had
but then
like
your
one part.
brain goes, no, you're not remembering this, but I will let you remember the before and the after, but you do not know, you do not feel the pain of actual
No,
birthing that hen.
because at that point you're just happy that it's actually happening and it's going to be over.
Yes, but you don't remember the pain. That's what
Well,
I'm trying to say.
yeah, I
But
will
you
tell you,
remember
right?
everything up to it and everything after it.
I will tell you because I don't know if you people know, I've had part of my cervix removed because I had precancerous cells and it was almost cancer. That's how precancerous they were. Okay. And after that, I had horrendous period pains. Worse than childbirth, as far as I'm concerned. Worse than labour, because they were so bad that no matter what painkillers they gave me, it wasn't easing it off. And I was curled up in a ball, rocking myself, and feeling like I was going to throw up. That sort of level of pain. I never had that level of pain in labour. I never felt like I was going to throw up with the pain.
Okay,
Um,
well, that's because you were not well and your body was telling you you were not well, whereas childbirth is a natural thing.
well, it wasn't. I wasn't not well.
You
It was a period.
you
It was my periods.
it was trauma.
And it was just period pains. It was just severe period pains from after. And the doctor said it was nothing to do with the cervix being removed. I'm like, no, I never had it before that. And about a year later, I never had them again. Um, so I still think it was the healing process of the cervix being removed.
Yeah,
Although the doctor said it was just coincidental. A bit like the doctor
but
said I did have hair dye allergy, Doctors
but
don't know what they're fucking talking about.
back to the I don't remember the pain.
Yeah,
There was no pain. No, you
no,
remember up to that point.
yeah, you do.
It would have been painful up to the point of you then
Yeah,
shutting off. You would have
yeah,
still remembered a certain amount of pain,
yeah.
i.e., you
See,
remember the labour, but you don't remember the pain. But you would remember
yes.
the beat, you would remember the pain, you would remember the slapping, but you don't remember that
So
second.
when I cracked my head, I can't remember the pain from that. I just remember the chaos around it, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
I was in a nightclub and I got pushed onto the corner of a doorway,
Mm.
Yeah,
and
that's what mine was.
I hit the doorway and I fell to the floor,
Yeah,
and I felt water, which I thought was sweat because I'd been dancing. And somebody rushed over and they were like, "Oh my god, somebody get me a towel! Somebody get me a," and they were looking after me on the floor. And my sister had come from a dance floor and she was like, "Oh my god, who done this?" And I was like, "No, I just bumped. Somebody pushed me."
yeah,
But it wasn't a nasty push. It was just because it was a narrow doorway in the club,
yeah,
and I hit the door frame, and I went onto the floor. So I remembered all that, but I
yeah,
didn't remember the actual pain until
yeah,
about 10 minutes later, when I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, my head's killing me."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know
So
what I mean?
that
I
initial,
remembered
yeah,
that actual pain
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
She never
But
said
you,
anything like that.
no. She said there was no pain.
There was no pain.
She'd been hit 3 times in the face, but there was no pain.
And
It
then
was
she
just,
thought it was a joke.
it's
How do
like,
you
well,
mistake that for a joke?
And the third
exactly.
time was so hard that it knocked her to the floor. And she remembers looking at the dirty carpet.
Which is stupid because he has housekeepers.
Mm.
And apparently that's from a film.
Yeah, someone said
Yeah.
that.
You
It was
There,
can go watch Gone Girl.
there's
You
a
can
lot
watch
of her
Drive
testimony that are
Angry.
actually direct quotes from a film or from films. Direct quotes. Word
I
for
know
word
one.
quotes.
The Amazing Mr.
I'm
Ripley.
Yeah.
Drive Angry.
No. There is actually when she's talking about how her feel what Johnny Depp was like. Hang on, let's see if I can get it up because people have shared it on Twitter, and I will share this now.
I'm gonna tell
Um,
you from Drive Angry because I went back. I watched it. I watched a clip. Remember, not this time, but in the last trial, she said that he told her he would mess her face up so that nobody would want her. That is a
Yeah.
line from that movie that her boyfriend in the movie says to her. It's
let's see if I can
crazy.
find it. Talented
And
Mr. Ripley.
there's there's what was one of her first films with Justin Timberlake?
Oh no.
I heard.
Was it Alpha Dog?
Yes.
The true
Oh,
story?
yeah. She was,
Oh.
and somebody shit on the carpet to prove a point.
Ah, yes. It was yes, I heard about that. Here we go. This is it. Amanda Heard's opening statement. The thing with Johnny is like the sun shines on you and it's glorious, and then he forgets you and it's very, very cold. When you have his attention, you feel like you're the only person in the world. That's why everyone loves him so much. Mark G. Sherwood, character from the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley. The thing with Dickie is like the sun shines on you and it's glorious, and then he forgets you and it's very cold. When you have his attention, you feel like you're the only person in the world. That's why everybody loves him so much. Direct quote from The
Wow.
Talented Mr. Ripley. Direct
Who-
quote.
Can you send that to me?
Oh yeah, of course I can.
Okay.
No,
You know all these things that people put up on Twitter?
yeah.
Makes me wonder what kind of lives they've got if they can fucking go and find all this shit.
Well, I'm wondering whether that's a move that him and her watched together, and whether he spotted it. Because they watched a lot of movies together.
Apparently so.
And there's quotes from books that she's read as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Or he's
loads
read
of quotes. There's loads
because
of quotes within her testimony that are direct quotes from movies and books. But that
yeah.
is the most glaring, obviously one. I can even bring up that scene from the film if you would like.
You get
But that is a
stricken.
direct quote. Yeah, I would. No, I probably wouldn't actually.
No, it's
But
okay.
yeah,
People can go and look at it themselves, can't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
yes.
there was a quote from that film you've just mentioned, Alpha Dog, and then there was a one from Pineapple Express, and there was another one from. There's one from practically every film she's been in for a start,
Mm.
and from other
So
films,
yeah,
and as you say, books and things.
the whole testimony is quotes from things, or references to things, or scenes from things. Literally scenes, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
But yeah. So she went into some graphic details later on in the day, didn't she?
Yeah.
She talked
Yeah.
about the Australian incident where she was dragged through glass and
But
he
she
held her
also
up.
said that there was no one else there. It was just
Uh-huh.
her and him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But did you see him write this on the lampshade? And
No.
she said no. So could it have been someone else? She said, well, I don't know.
Hmm. But there was no one else there.
But there was no one else there.
Hmm.
And
And
all the glass was all cleaned up.
Yeah,
Margot put
according to
this
her.
in one thing. So according to her, somebody cleaned it all up. So they
Before they took the
cleaned it all up
photos.
before they took the photos and realised, oh shit, we're supposed to do that, and sprinkled some extra glass around and a broken bottle here and there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Yeah, why?
And the bottle incident, you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Yes.
That's
Coincidence.
supposed to be taken from the movie Gone Girl.
Well, in Gone Girl, she's done it to herself, doesn't she?
I don't know. And then there's another movie that it's not done by the girl herself.
Can I just point out, if anyone has ever watched Big Brother in the UK, there was a girl in that goes out onto the lawn, puts a bottle on the floor, and then puts her legs out and goes down on the bottle.
What in the hell kind of programs are y'all watching over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Her name
Oh,
was Kinga.
God.
Look it up. She's fucking gross.
That's
Anyway,
terrible.
but but the fact is, she wasn't sure. She felt with that case, she felt pressure on her cervix, is what she said.
On her pelvic bone.
On her pelvic bone, that's right. She felt pressure on her pelvic bone.
No, her pubic bone, sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
And thought he was punching her.
She weren't sure if it was his fist. And then she realised it was a bottle. But she weren't sure if the bottle was broken or not. But again, there was no pain, just pressure.
Again, I think you're pretty sure that you'd know if it was fucking broken or not.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And
Unless,
can I just say that
unless it's an extra wide flappy fish market.
Flappy fish market.
oh jeez.
Hey.
Then you could use
Oh,
the
God.
other end of the bottle other than the neck end.
But again, through this whole turmoil of an event that's supposed to have happened, no
There was no
fucking
pain.
tears. No tears.
And can I
And no
just say
fucking blood.
that you know how she said she was slip sliding on glass and then cut up her
Yeah.
feet and everything? How's she walking up the stairs, walking back down the stairs, walking over here, going up
Where,
there, making coffee, I mean, really, you wouldn't be able to walk.
where are the bloody
Hey,
footsteps?
I was just going to say, where are those bloody footprints where she's walked?
And where's the medical records where she had to go have glass taken out of her body? There are
Where's
none.
the photos of her cut feet?
Because she's
Exactly.
quite happy to take a photograph of a bruise that's 2 weeks old and send it to her mum. Why can't she take photographs of
Oh, somebody on Twitter pointed that out to me, said that she had brunette hair. She went to brunette hair in 2009.
Oh.
Because I
So
don't know if you
that
saw my
photo,
tweet.
that photo, she looked brunette, didn't she? She
Uh-huh.
went blonde.
Because I tweeted out that picture. I screenshot it and I tweeted it out. You know, I
Yeah.
threw a vase. I got away. He grabbed my arm. Okay, I got
Yeah.
away, but he grabbed my arm. And then if he was hitting you numerous times in the face, where are the bruises? Where's the
Yeah.
marks on your face?
Yeah.
You know,
why?
that thing is the most liked thing I've ever shared. It's like 400 and something like.
Well,
Awesome.
exactly. If you've been punched in the face 5 or 6 times, why are you taking a picture of your arm?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
we
Why?
forgot an incident as well. We forgot an
Okay.
incident.
The
Going
one she
back.
forgot.
Well, yes, she forgot a few, didn't she? She had to be re-examined over some of them. So the
Which
cavity
means
search.
her and her fucking team were consultating.
Yes, the cavity search.
Mm.
Now this is where we get to. She is against cocaine.
Yes.
She is very
Really?
anti-cocaine. So why would he be asking her where she's hid it, and why would he be searching her cavities for it? This was her statement. Hmm.
It surprised
Hmm.
quite a few people, that one, didn't
It
it?
did surprise quite a few people. And
Surprised
I'm
her
just going to bring up
co-worker,
a
didn't it?
particular. I'm going to bring up a particular tweet. What was his name?
Stephen
Stephen.
Crawley.
Stephen
Holy.
Crawley. That's the one. He tweeted out this after hearing. Let's see if I can find it.
Statement about not knowing about cocaine
Um,
and all
Mm-hmm.
that, and
oh,
totally disagreeing with it and not knowing how it works and
Never did it and
never
all that
doing
good
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
oh. I don't know if he's deleted the tweet. What date are we on? Yeah, I think he's deleted the tweet. Huh? It's
Aw,
not showing up. Hmm.
never delete your tweet.
Right, well, if he deletes it and somebody retweets it, does it go off the retweet? Because I retweeted it, so check mine to see if it's still there.
Okay. No, it won't go off the retweet. It shouldn't do. Oh, it might go off the retweet. It depends if you whether you captured it, if you copied and pasted.
Oh, that's highly unlikely. Come on, I've only been on Twitter for fucking 5 minutes.
Oh, you retweeted a reply. You
Oh,
didn't
bugger.
retweet his actual tweet.
Go to the reply and then you can scroll.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Found
Yeah.
it. So let's share this tweet. So this is a former acting
Co-star.
companion, co-star, who
Yeah.
got to know Miss Heard quite well while they were together on what film was it?
Is it Fight Club or Fight?
No,
Pineapple
no,
Express?
no,
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 no, no.
no. It was the one where she was fighting, wasn't it?
It's yeah, something about
He he
fighting.
he did actually put a thing up on his own YouTube channel about it a while ago.
He did
Mm-hmm.
About
podcast.
his
Oh, it was a podcast.
about his experiences with Miss Heard on the film set,
Yeah.
and this is why he tweeted this out. Amber Heard is against cocaine. This is major news to me
Yep.
because on his podcast he talked about an unnamed actress who he'd worked with. We all knew who he meant, and how she had taken him to her drug dealer's house, and the drug dealer basically held them all hostage until she paid up the money that she owed him. So there you go.
And
But yes,
somebody turned up and paid it all off.
yeah.
I have to correct myself real quick. Fight Club was Brad Pitt, I believe. Sorry,
Yes, it wasn't
anybody.
Fight Club. It wasn't Fight Club. It was oh, what was that film? Something
Is it
about fighting, wasn't it?
Stand? I don't know. It's
I
not
don't know.
worth remembering.
It's not worth remembering because none of her films are that memorable anyway. But yeah, so everyone was a little bit surprised that she didn't know she was against cocaine, especially her nurse who testified that she told her she had a
Yeah,
cocaine addiction.
Amber Heard told me she had a cocaine addiction.
She's
I
And
have
tried
her,
to
never
make
heard.
it.
I have
Sorry,
never
keep
had
going.
cocaine. I have never. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it is. I am totally against cocaine.
yeah,
And she's tried to knock their testimony and nurses' notes and stuff out by saying that the nurse and doctors that Johnny got for her were so that they could keep tabs on her and report back to Johnny.
yeah,
So
I
she's
noticed
trying to
that.
paint them all as liars.
I noticed that. I did notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which we've already clarified they were not paid by Johnny.
no,
Nope.
they were paid by Dr. Kipper, but Dr. Kipper was paid by Johnny.
And so therefore, you know.
Was Dr. Kipper paid by Johnny for Amber, or did Amber pay Dr. Kipper.
I
No,
don't know.
Johnny. I think Johnny paid for all of it.
I think Johnny paid for it.
She ain't gonna pay for nothing.
But did she have Dr. Kipper before she met Johnny?
No,
So she didn't have any medical input before she met Johnny.
she had therapists and stuff before.
Right, so she had therapists. Now, are they what you class as medical?
I
You know,
don't
like
know.
the nurse, Erin, she's a medical nurse for addictions. Dr. Kipper's a medical nurse for doctors for addictions. Were her therapists, because I don't mean to be disrespectful, but therapists 10 years ago were classed as holistic, not medical.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But didn't one of them testify that she'd been in an institution at some point?
I don't know. I missed
Yeah, well, if
that.
she went to
Ah.
an all-girls school, that could be classed as an institution.
No, for mental health issues.
Okay, right.
I'm pretty sure that was somewhere in there. I'm sure that was brought up. I don't know where. I didn't hear that, but it has been discussed. So I'm guessing that was said somewhere, and I think it might have been Nurse Erin that said that. I may be wrong. I may be wrong,
Put
but
it
I'm
in the
sure someone said.
comments if you know better.
Yes, please let me know. Please let me know. So anyway, so I thought that was I had to backtrack to that, like her lawyers backtracked, because we'd missed that out. We'd been hinting at that information from the beginning, and we missed the whole thing out.
Ooh, I got something else. I got
Yeah.
something real quick. You know how when they asked Johnny what movies he had done at one point or whatever, and he couldn't remember them because
Yeah.
right? They did that. They asked her those questions, and she couldn't remember, and then her lawyer would come in and give her the title
Yeah. Oh,
2 or 3 times.
there was a lot of feeding lines to her for her
Oh
Wasn't
testimony.
it?
yes.
Lot of feeding lines.
I still think her sedatives were wearing off. Did you see her jaw start going towards the end? Well, she had to unwire her jaw so she could talk, and she started doing that twisty jaw thing towards the end. Watch it
Some
back,
people
you'll
say
see.
she's been doing that her whole testimony, like right before she starts to get emotional or something.
Yeah.
It's like she's working up to it.
The
Oh,
ketamines wearing.
I love that she could flip to crying and then not crying within a blink of an eye.
Uh-huh.
So, we're hoping that the jury is taking note of the lack of tears.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
there's only 2 women. How many men is that? 5? Well, women, you see, stereotypically, women can turn the tears on at the drop of a hat.
yeah.
But when you have no soul, it doesn't work.
She ain't ginger.
Oh,
Well, you
I
don't
didn't
know
say that.
You don't know that.
No, she could be. She could be. I still think she's wearing a wig every time she has her hair down because it looks a lot blonder down than it does when it's tied back.
She's just fucking washed it, the dirty skank. Anyway, I can testify to that. My natural colour is shitty winter blonde.
Yeah.
It's number 7 on the shelf. But in the summer or when I've literally just washed it, it does shine and it is more blonder. But the day after, it goes back to dirty straw, shitty winter blonde. So I'll give her that one. I'm not. I won't take that away from her. She's got shitty winter blonde hair.
She has been copying people again, though, hasn't she?
Oh, it's fucking blatant, isn't it? It is so blatant. It's like,
Yeah, the blue shirt and suit the day after Johnny wore a blue shirt and suit. a hairstyle like his expert witness on 2 days. Two
And the
days.
tweed suit with the burgundy shirt, and he had a tweed suit and a burgundy tie.
Oh, see,
I
see,
was
we're
like,
spotting
"What are
these
you
things.
playing at? What are you
But
playing at?"
today, she looked like a librarian.
Miss
Yeah.
Demure, very very demure.
Yeah. I actually got a top that's the same style as that, but mine's floral print and pretty. Um, but that it's got that same collar and tie thing. Um, which I wear for interviews.
I'm gonna put it out there that I don't own anything like that, and thank fuck I don't own anything like that.
Okay, but mine isn't quite as frilly as hers.
I used to, because Princess Di collars used to be all the things, didn't they?
But yeah, it's something I wore. I wore that with a. So my one's blue, navy blue, and it's got like a floral print on it that's got like a purpley, pinky flower and a burgundy flower. And I wore it with a very nice pencil skirt in burgundy, and it looked gorgeous.
Sounds very
Um,
nice.
yes, but hers is a bit more
Conservative.
conservative. Yeah,
And they're trying to make her look homely and like the battered wife. What
yeah,
they do. Sympathetic.
yeah.
Somebody said in a stream, "Do you think she lost a bet with the Amish?"
Yeah, yeah. She definitely looks like she's going for that. I'm so meek and demure. Please
Mhm.
protect me. Please protect me. Um, but we all know it's bullshit. Like I said, she got into bar fights when she was young.
There's a
Mhm.
You know.
picture of her with a swimming costume on and a see-through net
Yeah.
as she's going to a
So.
nightclub or a premiere or some fucking thing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I'm just gonna say. I mean, she did bring up that Johnny made her not dress the way she wanted to dress, and told her that she looked like a slut and all that sort of stuff. They weren't lying. They weren't lying. Come on.
Was it?
Um,
Was it Vanessa Paradis that he fell in love with her back?
Yep.
yeah.
Is that why most of Amber Heard's dresses are backless?
Probably
After they got together, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe,
after
maybe.
she went back and researched him and
Yeah,
saw him on Oprah talking about it.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, he demoralised her by telling her that she should. Well, are you going out wearing that? Is that what you want people to see you like? You know?
Mm.
See, now that
Um,
sounds something like she'd say because she thinks he hasn't got style.
no class, no
Yeah.
class. Remember? Why?
Yeah.
Why would Dior want? Why would Dior want you? You've got no class.
Well, obviously Dior does think I've got class because they signed me back up again, twat face.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Good old Dior. Good. They're not stupid. They know the money's coming in. They ain't gonna
Yeah.
cancel him. They've had their best
Exactly.
sales ever the last
Yeah.
2 years.
Nobody's
Yeah.
signing that remove her as L'Oreal ambassador.
No, not
No.
L'Oreal. No,
That's
it's
right.
not L'Oreal ambassador, is it? It's the
It's both.
ACLU ambassador.
There's one for ACLU, but there's also a L'Oreal one.
Oh, is
She's a
there?
I,
spokesperson for L'Oreal or something.
I,
I used to get the L'Oreal um um shit, the hair color ads.
L'Oreal shit. What did you buy L'Oreal shit for? Why didn't you buy the good stuff?
It's Amber Heard, isn't it? L'Oreal
Ah,
shit.
no. Oh, I'm with you. So she was advertising then, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
It's a new additive. Amber shit in L'Oreal products.
When you want your hair to be shitty brown.
See, told you,
So,
shitty winter blonde.
right. Yeah, mine's
Oh,
shitty brown. So, mine's dirty brown, as I call it. Dirty
yeah.
grey brown. That's my natural hair colour.
It's not dirty at all. I've been up close to it and I've looked on top of it because I'm tall enough to look on top of it, and it's not as bad as you make out it is.
It's got better with age. The grey streaks make it look nicer.
Can I just say I'm proud of Johnny's lawyer? She's been doing very well on objections.
Mm.
She even got the audio from Australia taken out. They couldn't use it.
They couldn't use it because it's got other voices on. They
I
can't
know.
use it,
I know.
but they should
But
use it.
they should use
It's
it because
actually bad.
it's got her saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah, it's got her. It puts her in a bad light. I don't know why her team wanted to be. Oh, her team wanted to bring in the bit where he shouts.
Yeah.
That's what she. They only want that little snippet.
Which has already
Not
been played.
the story to be played. They don't want the bit where she said, I'm sorry, and they don't want the bit where is it Jerry Judge says, I've seen their marks before, they're self-inflicted. Don't want
She's done
that.
that to herself, no.
Um,
The Cherry
they
Judge is
also
not here
don't.
to cross
They
examine.
also don't want the bit where Kipper says, just give her more drugs to shut her up.
She needs
Johnny's,
calming down. But it doesn't say Dr. Kipper and Erin and Elaine. No, what's the other nurse called?
Debbie Lloyd.
Debbie.
Debbie and Debbie are there, and they're saying, "Oh my God, she's torn to shreds. We need to bandage her
No,
feet.
no,
Oh my God, she's pouring blood from her underneath carriage. We
no,
need to sort it out now." No, there's none of
no,
that.
no.
Yeah. There's no
Oh my
calling
God,
ambulance or nothing.
she's
No.
laying on the couch naked, absolutely battered, bruised, naked, and bleeding from every orifice. No, they don't
Right.
want none of that. 'Cause it's not
Can
there.
I point out if they've played the bit at the beginning with Johnny Depp shouting, does that mean that the whole of that audio is now in evidence so the
Yes.
jury can listen to it?
Yes, unless the judge has stipulated otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope
They'll
they do.
only get what's been put before them.
Mm.
No, there's been certain things that they've said. This is a 3 minute long video
Yeah.
recording, but we are only playing for 1 minute 20 to 1 minute 28.
Yeah.
But the whole recording is
That's true.
available.
That's
Mhm.
true. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well,
So
I
But
mean,
I
by the
do
end of
think
the
that
day, JD seemed not too upset. There was parts
no.
that he was laughing and smiling. His team were behind. There was points where Ben Chew stuck the middle finger up while he was leaning against his hand. That's on Twitter if anybody wants to look at it.
Oh, I'll have to look at that.
He's leaning on
Yeah,
his heel of his hand with his fingers all
middle
curled
finger.
up into his cheek. And the next picture, he's got his middle finger up. Boss.
Is it pointing towards her team?
Well, I don't know if it's her team or her, but I think it's her actually,
Or is it
yeah,
because it's the
probably.
hand
hilarious?
that's nearest. It's the hand that's nearest JT, unless he's doing it to JD because JD made him laugh over something.
Yeah, probably.
Johnny lost it when she said he had his penis out trying to pee on stuff.
Yeah, he did. He did. That was last week, was it? But there was a lot of hilarious moments last week. Not so
No,
hilarious this week.
that was today.
That was today as
What?
well.
Oh,
Yeah,
did she say it again today? I missed that. Oh,
she
I said
said
I
it.
fell
Yeah.
asleep. I fell asleep
Oh,
and had to
yeah.
rewind. I
It
had to
was
rewind.
yeah when she was talking about Australia and
Yeah.
when people
No,
showed up.
that wasn't Australia, was it? That was the island.
No, that was Australia.
Oh, was that Australia?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
Well,
remember, Malcolm said if he'd had his penis out, I think I'd
Oh yeah, yeah.
remember it, and
Yes,
he
you're right.
lost it then.
Australia. Yeah,
But when she was talking about it today, he lost it a
lost
little
it
bit.
again.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you saw it. He couldn't hold it.
So, I think I missed that bit because, like I said, I fell asleep while she was talking, and
Yeah,
in the 15-minute break, I had to rewind to listen to her talk about the wine bottle incident because I needed to hear that for myself.
yeah,
I needed to hear that. I know a lot of people would have wanted to not hear that. I needed to hear her testify about that
yeah,
because there'd been hints about it from her team
yeah.
all week, all week.
Oh, and tell me, she was talking. They got to the, where she had the broken nose, two black eyes, busted lip, and all that stuff, and went on James Corden. And she was.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
see that part where
yeah.
she
yeah,
said they put on this thick makeup to cover the bruises? Not like normal bruise
yeah,
covering makeup.
yeah,
No, a
I
hairdresser and makeup artist testified that she didn't.
yeah.
I know, but what is normal bruise makeup?
Well, like I said, I used to get a prescription for makeup called camouflage makeup when I was a teenager because of my skin condition. And you can tell if you're using thick makeup. It literally sits on your skin like wax. And
Yeah,
it doesn't cover any lumps and bumps. It just
Yeah.
takes away the redness or the boozing.
yeah,
People
It's
with
just,
strawberry port wine marks or
yeah,
that sort of thing use a heavy
yeah,
set makeup to
yeah.
cover it up.
And people with scars, severe scarring, would use a heavy set makeup
And
to take
tattoos.
away the redness. And it doesn't take away the texture, it just takes away
No.
the redness.
Oh, and
Um,
somebody on a panel pointed out something really, really good. Um, when she got to the part where he balled up his fists and headbutted her and broke her nose,
yeah,
and each time she said that he's done that, the person said that she's left out one detail, and this is how I know she's lying. She's never mentioned a metallic taste. He said,
oh,
because I've had my nose broken, and anybody that has will tell you you
you
have a
taste the blood.
metallic taste, and
You
it's the
taste the
blood
blood.
running. Yeah,
Yeah,
and she's never
yeah,
said and didn't say it today either.
yeah. And if you have a split lip, you taste the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we are going to end on it. We've got just over the hour mark. We're going to end
Okay.
now. I think we've covered enough. Which she basically bullshitted. Is the worst actor in the world and can't act crying to save her life.
Nope. And if
I
I've
mean,
gotten anything wrong, just correct me in the comments, please.
yes, please
And
do.
can
So,
I just mention that she actually posed for a photograph with the
Yep.
tissue?
Yep. We
did
were talking
she?
about that. Yep.
Oh
There's
dear.
the camera takes snapshots during the trial, and you see her look at the camera holding her tissue up. It snaps, and then she takes it down. And it's on Twitter. I think I shared it. I retweeted it.
The
Yep.
tissue, which isn't a tissue, sorry, it's a hanky that
Yeah.
seemed very dry and clean at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
The hanky.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hmm. Anyway, we'll leave it there and we'll come back to it again next week. Hope
No?
you
Hmm.
enjoyed
Week
our
after?
take on. Oh no, the week after. Yes, we've got a week off, so we can have some fun.
Yay!
I can have some
A,
fun. Not
a
stressing
week from
about
Monday.
a week from Monday. No more talking about the case next week. We can just have our normal fun streams, okay, people?
Yep.
So see
I
you
will not
on.
be with you Friday.
No, you won't. You'll be in a field. You'll be in a
I might
field
be in chat.
getting drunk. You'll be in a field getting drunk and having some fun on a beast of a machine,
I'm
even if
I'm
it's not
kind of
yours.
happy and sad about that. I'm
TJ's
happy
going to get
for
a
you.
Lego. Going to get a Lego over at the weekend.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I'm happy you're getting to do it, but I'm sad you won't be here.
I might be in
Oh,
chat if we can get some
no.
Wi-Fi from somewhere. Okay,
So,
ladies,
Okay.
I
anyway,
to
see
sleep.
you all
Good night.
Friday. Bye bye.
Night night.